Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is about surface runoff. Okay, so in this video we will be learning the basics of surface runoff and we will also be solving problems. I hope you guys are doing good, staying safe, and keep on practicing the problems and keep studying. Okay, so let's start. What is surface runoff? See, consider the natural cycle process. Okay, so what happens first is evaporation. Water vapor goes up. Due to the cold temperature, it condenses down, turns into water vapor, turns into rain droplets. Okay, that is known as precipitation. Okay, so when heavy rainfall comes off, there are two types of water that there are two conditions that occur. One is the runoff, and second is infiltration. Okay, so what is runoff? So whenever the water flows from the surface and it does not penetrate into the ground, it is known as runoff. Okay, and when the water does penetrate into the ground, it is known as infiltration. So surface runoff, also known as overland flow, is the flow of water occurring on the ground surface when there is excess of rainwater and storm water, etc. So surface runoff can be generated by rainfall, snowfall, melting snow, glaciers, etc. Right? So whatever the water does not infiltrate and runs off the surface carrying materials is known as surface runoff water. Okay. So there are various factors affecting the runoff. First, let's look at meteorological factors. Those are rainfall intensity, amount of rainfall. Heavier the rainfall, more the runoff water, directly proportional, direction of storm water, humidity, temperature, etc. And the physical factors affecting rainfall are land use, vegetation, and the type of soil, contour, elevation, slope, topography of an area. Okay, so these are the meteorological and physical factors affecting runoff. Okay, so now we have known what is runoff. So let's discuss why surface runoff is such a big problem. So surface runoff is a big problem because it majorly leads to soil erosion, okay, and carrying chemical pollutants from vehicles to water storage. Like consider some city like Mumbai where rainfall is extremely high. So what it does is there will be more surface runoff water, and this water will flow into the Arabian Sea, okay, through the storm water drains, and as it goes it carries all the pollutants from the vehicles like petrol leaks, diesel leaks, all the metals, all the dust, everything is dumped into the Arabian Sea, which ultimately affects us only and the marine life, right? So that's why surface runoff is such a big problem. Because in big cities there are hardly any open areas, hardly any landscaped areas, right? Everything is paved with concrete, which have very high runoff coefficient, right? So more the runoff coefficient, more the water will run off the surface, more will be the surface runoff water, right? So it directly affects. Okay, so let's now look at the term runoff coefficient. This number defines the amount of water that is run off from the surface. Okay, so higher the number, more will be the water which will run off from the surface, right? So now to calculate the amount of water which is running off the surface, there is a formula, that is amount of runoff water is equal to area of surface into height into runoff coefficient. So there is the area of a surface and height is the amount of rainfall which occurs, okay, and runoff coefficient of the surface. So generally questions that are asked will consider rainfall, okay, there will be no other meteorological reasons through which questions will be asked. So mostly rainfall only will be asked. So in order to solve the problems you should be aware of the units. So considering a 1 meter cube box, okay, so this 1 meter cube box will hold 1,000 liter of water, right? So 1 meter is the height, that is 1000 mm is the height, right? So if the area is 1 meter square. So if 1 meter square area filled with a 1000 mm height is 1000 liters. So what if it is filled up to 1 mm? Okay, if it is filled up to 1 mm, the rainfall, the water collected will be 1 liter. Okay, so similarly 1 centimeter cube, that is, consider a 1 centimeter box, this will have 1 milliliter of water. Okay, and this conversion is very important. 1 gallon is equal to 3.78541 liter. Okay, so till now gallons are not mentioned in any question, but they might ask in future. Okay, so these are the units that you need to remember, right? So carrying on, there is a composite surface. Consider a composite surface. Okay, consider this as area. It is paved with concrete pavers. Okay, and there are grass over here. So there is a composition of materials. Okay, so in such case you have to calculate the composite runoff coefficient. So it is A1C1 plus A2C2. Okay, where A denotes the area and C denotes the runoff coefficient of that particular surface divided by A1 plus A2. So this formula will give you composite runoff coefficient. Okay, this is plus, not multiplication, it's addition. Okay, so let's look at some terms which are associated with runoff. Okay, first one is the swale. Swale is nothing but a vegetated drain in order to control surface runoff water and to increase infiltration into the ground. Okay, and similarly there is a French drain. So French drain is a trench that are filled with rubbles. Okay, and there comes a pipe which has holes in it. Okay, so which has perforations in it to redirect surface water and groundwater away from an area. Okay, this also, French drain also increases the infiltration because it slows down the water, right? So these rubbles and all will slow down the water. Perforations will increase the infiltration. Okay, so those are things associated with French drain. Okay, and here we'll look about 4 main terms. Okay, aquifer, aquefuge, aquitard, aquiclude. So aquifer is a porous layer that contains and transmits groundwater. For example, like sandy soil and gravel. Okay, so aquifer, aquefuge, aquitard, aquiclude, these are 4 types of surfaces underground. Okay, so consider this as ground level, right? So there will be layers under earth, right? So they are classified into aquifer, aquefuge, aquitard and aquiclude. So aquifer is a porous layer that contains and transmits groundwater. For example, sandy soil and gravel. So H is the holding capacity. Okay, and T is the transmitting capacity, right? So for aquifer, it also holds water and it also transmits water. For aquefuge, layer that neither contain nor transmit water. For example, solid rock. So it cannot contain water, neither it can transmit water. So both are wrong. Okay, both cannot happen. Aquitard is partial holding and partial transmitting. So layer with very low permeability has this feature. Okay, for example, sandstone and igneous rock. These materials partly hold water and partly transmit water. So this is known as aquitard. And aquiclude is, it can absorb water but it cannot transmit water. For example, clay. So it can absorb water, it can hold water, so holding capacity is ticked, and it cannot transmit, so transmitting capacity is not there. Okay, so aquifer, aquefuge, aquitard, aquiclude. Okay, so please remember this. And now coming to the problems. Okay, so in GATE 2020 there was a question asked, I hope you will pause the video and try to solve it yourself before solving us together. So in a residential complex, the central play area is to be converted as a detention pond for stormwater management. Okay, so the central play area, that is 150 meter square area, has to be converted into detention pond, right? For 24-hour rainfall event of 100 mm. Okay, so there is a 24-hour rainfall of height 100 mm, 100% of storm water of central play area. So 100% of this area, 70% of water runoff from rest of the complex is to be held at the detention pond. So area distribution in the residential complex is given below. So the required depth of the detention pond in mm is. So now they have given as 70% of water, okay, from rest of the areas, from apartment blocks, other permeable areas, other impermeable areas. So 70% of this water that we will calculate, and 100% of central play area is to be held in a central play area. So consider this as central play area, so it will be converted into a detention pond. Okay, so we have to find the depth that is required for this pond. Okay, we know the area is 150. So solving this, first we have to calculate the volume of water that has to be held there, right? So let's consider apartment blocks first, right? So 70% of area of apartment blocks, that is 0.7 into 1250, right? Area into height is an 100 mm rainfall, that is 0.1 meter rainfall into runoff coefficient is 0.8. So there will be an answer for A, that is apartment blocks. Similarly for other permeable areas, okay, so 70% of this area, 200, right, for an 100 mm rainfall, that is 0.1 meter into the runoff coefficient is 0.7. okay, so other impermeable areas, 70% of that into 100 mm rainfall into runoff coefficient, and 100% of central play area, right? So what will be 100% of central play area? That is equal to 100% is 200, so it is 150 meter square, right, for rainfall of 0.1 into runoff coefficient is 0.6. So after we calculate this, you will get the volume of water, okay, we will get in meter cube, right? So we know the area, we know it's 150 meter square. So dividing this answer by the area 150 meter square, okay, you will get the depth of the pond, okay, but you will get the depth in meter, so you have to convert it into mm. Okay, I hope you will do these calculations by yourself. Okay, so I hope you understood this question. It's a very simple question. So let's continuing further. In 2018 there was a question asked, a building with 100 meter square of roof area. So consider a building here, okay, so there is a building with couple of windows, has a 100 meter square of roof area, is connected to a 72 cubic meter of rainwater collection tank. So whatever the drain pipes will come, it will go into the tank, okay, which collects the rainwater. So its capacity is 72 meter cube. Okay, if the rainfall is 60 mm per hour, the rainfall is 60 mm per hour, and the loss of water storage is 20%, then the time taken to fill the tank completely is dash hours. So now whatever the water that goes into the, so 20% of water spills out, right? So the loss is 20%. So first we have to calculate for 1 hour how much water is collected here. So for 1 hour, okay, there is 100 meter square of area into there is 60 mm of rainfall, that is 0.06 meter, right? Divide, so mm you have to convert it into meter divided by 1000. Okay, so 0.06 meter. Okay, area into height into, you do not require runoff coefficient, so it's 6 meter cube, right? So for 1 hour 6 meter cube of water is collected, but there is a loss of 20%, right? So 6 meter cube and there will be 20% loss. So 20% of 6 meter cube is 0.2 into 6. Okay, so there is a loss of 1.2 meter cube. Okay, so the rainwater collected in 1 hour is 4.8 meter cube. So if in 1 hour 4.8 meter cube is collected, so how much time will it require to get 72 meter cube? So 72 meter cube divided by 4.8 meter cube, I think it's 15 hours, right? So it will take 15 hours to fill the tank completely. Okay, I hope you understood this problem. So carrying on further, so please pause this video before every problem, try to solve it by yourself and then come look at the solution. Okay, so you'll understand where you are making mistakes if you have done, and if you have not, it's very good, right? So carrying on further, it's from 2017, a drainage basin of 180 hectares. So there is 180 hectares. So remember, 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meters square. Okay, so remember these units, and 1 acre is equal to 4047 meters square. Okay, so you have to remember these terms. So a drainage basin consists of 180 hectares. Okay, so 40% is wooded area, 45% is grassed area, and 15% is paved area, right? So runoff coefficient of these areas are given 0.01, 0.2, 0.95. Okay, the composite runoff coefficient of the drainage basin is, so we know the formula, composite C bar, let's call it a C bar, A1 C1 plus A2 C2 plus A3 C3 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. So we have the area, we have the runoff coefficient, so substitute in this formula and you'll get the answer. Okay, so it's a simple problem. And next, so a landscape garden with irregular profile and minor undulations. So this is from 2015. So there is a landscaped garden with irregular contour and minor undulations measuring 35,000 meters square. So there is 35,000 meters square, right? Covered with brick paving. There is brick paving, there is cement concrete, and there is grass. So there is 20% brick paving, 15% of cement concrete, and the rest with grass. So 20, 15, 35. So rest will be 65% is with grass. So the peak intensity rainfall is 70 mm per hour. Okay, so the rainfall is 70 mm per hour. Okay, so the runoff coefficients are given, that is 0.8, 0.9 and 0.5 respectively. So the estimated quantity of runoff will be, so 20% of area, so 20% of 35,000 meters square into runoff coefficient, that is 0.8 into 70 mm rainfall, that is 0.07 mm rainfall. Okay, so you will get for brick paving. Similarly, we have to add with cement concrete, and then you have to add with grass. So 15% of 35,000, okay, into 0.9 into runoff coefficient is 0.07. Similarly, 65,000 of area into 0.5 into rainfall height is 0.07. So when you add the answers of these three, you will get the estimated runoff in meter per hour. So what you have to do is look at the units that are asked. So here meter per hour is asked. So first you have to convert 70 mm into meter. So it will be easy. Okay. So in previous questions also, whatever units is asked, first convert into that unit and then solve. After finding the answer, you don't convert the units, because sometimes you forget and sometimes you carelessly do this mistake. So it's better to convert the units first only and then to calculate, right? So similarly here, a house located in Delhi has 111 meters square of flat terrace area. This runoff coefficient is 0.85, okay, and 55 meters square of ground area, whose runoff coefficient is 0.15. Okay, if annual rainfall is 611.8 mm, then rainwater liter per year, see it's liter per year, okay, and they have given annual average rainfall. Okay, they have not given monthly, they have given annual, so you need not convert. So 611 mm is 0.6118 meter, so here also 0.6118 meter. So when you add both these equations, you get the answer. Okay, see there, that is liter per year. In this you will get it in meter cube. Okay, so 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters. So whatever answer you get here, you have to multiply it by 1000 in order to get answers in liter per year. Okay, in order to get answer in liter. So meter cube to liter, this is the conversion. Okay, so similarly, a building site, this question is linked question, so half of this we have solved it in the FAR video. In which ways we will solve here also. So a building site had a plot of 500 meters square. Okay, so consider a building site. Don't know why my sketching is so bad. So there is 500 meter square area. Okay, allowable height is G+7, ground coverage is 40%, FAR is 2. So if maximum allowable FAR is utilized, minimum ground coverage will be. So G+7 is total 8 floors. So total built up area will be, yes you are right, FAR into site, sorry 500, that is 1000 meters square. Okay, so there is maximum FAR, there is G+7, so total there are 8 floors, right? So ground coverage will be 125 meters square. So minimum ground coverage is in percentage. So 125 divided by 500, that is the total site area, into 100, that is 5. So 25% is the minimum ground coverage. Okay. So 25% is the minimum ground coverage. So area under paved access road is 10%. So consider this. Okay, 500 meter square plot. So for 125 meter square there is the building. Okay, so 125 meter square is the building's ground coverage, and 10% is of roads. So consider this as road with area of 10% is 10% of site area, that is 50 meter square. Okay, and then runoff coefficient for paved is 0.9, for unpaved is 0.3. So these dotted areas will be unpaved areas, right? Okay. So buildings area you have to consider it in paved area. Okay. So what will be the unpaved area? Unpaved area will be 500 minus 125 minus 50. That is 500 minus 175. That is 325 meters square is the unpaved area. Okay. So if it rains for 30 minutes with an intensity of 10 centimeter per hour. So for 1 hour it rains for 10 centimeter. So for half an hour it will rain for 5 centimeter, right? So minimum volume of rainwater that can be collected is, so all you have to do is area into height into runoff coefficient. Okay. So let's consider unpaved area, that is 325 meter square, into height is 5 centimeter. Okay, that is 0.05 meter, right? 5 divided by 100, and then height into runoff coefficient for unpaved is 0.3, plus there are two paved areas, one is the access road and another one is the buildings area, right? So for, you can calculate it separately also, you can calculate it together also, not much of a difference. Okay, so it will be 175 meter square into 0.05 is the rainfall, to runoff coefficient is 0.9. Okay, so adding these two areas you will get the answer in meter cube. Okay, so the units of the options are meter cube. So convert every unit into meter and then solve, right? So this is the last question from 2009. Building has a rooftop area of 300 meter square, rainfall is given, runoff coefficient is given, so the rain that can be harvested in liters is, so all you have to do is multiply 300 into 0.7 into 0.8, you will get this answer in meter cube, and then multiply this answer by 1000 to get the answer in liters, right? So guys, this was all about surface runoff. So it's a very easy topic, you can definitely score plenty of marks in this. I hope you also understood the theory part of it. Okay, at start we saw the basics of surface runoff, then we saw the factors affecting the surface runoff, then why surface runoff is such a big problem, then we saw units conversion, and then we saw swale, French drain, then we saw the four terms: aquifer, aquefuge, aquitard and aquiclude, right? So guys, thank you for watching this video up till end. Stay safe, okay, and keep on practicing, keep on studying, don't give up. There is still plenty of time. Even if you have not started studying, okay, it's fine, do it from today, do it from now, okay? No one can beat you. Try to motivate yourself, keep motivating others. Stay safe, take care, bye.